Conclusion inevitable.
It was a jump to conclusions, Matt.
My conclusion was that this idea was not a practical deterrent.
My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
In conclusion.
Hello there, folks. Welcome back to In Conclusion, the only movie podcast that is powered by the one sound that unites us all. Dubstep. That's right. Rock those beats and drop them like they're hot. I need to go murder a vampire. I'm Dan O'Keefe, and joining me as always, eternally pale, maybe a vampire, it's Anna Otto. Hi, Anna.
I'm
How
not.
are you?
I was always a werewolf girl, and I will always be a werewolf girl.
But, okay, in media, werewolves are tan. And
Can I not
vampires are pale.
manifest a golden sun-kissed look for myself, Dan?
We were literally right before we started talking about how you cannot tan.
Yeah,
It
did I
skipped
tell
you
you?
genetically.
It did. When I worked at State Fair when I was in high school, a lot of the other kids either called me Milk or Ghost because of how white I was throughout the entire summer.
I love milk. If somebody called me Milk, I would hate them.
It was whatever. I mean, I was 16 trying to make a friend, so...
You are 16 going on 17. Your skin, it looks like milk, parentheses,
Yeah.
derogatory.
No! I would say Rolf would never, but he absolutely would, I fear. So
Rolf would
actually,
be so much worse. I've been listening to an audiobook about the rise of the Nazis. Oh, man.
What?
I'm beginning to think those Nazis were pretty
picked-
bad people.
Dan, the books that you and I read, every time you talk to me, it's like a history book.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that I'm not learned, and I'm not trying to poo-poo your learningness, but do you know what the book I'm reading right now is called?
Can I guess? Is it called
Yeah.
fucking the Orc King in the flower petal field?
You got one thing right, and it's the fucking. It's called
Okay.
Erotic Stories for Punjabi Widows, and it's about a woman in England who's teaching these Punjabi women who their husbands passed away how to like read and write, and the stories that they're drawn to telling are like erotic stories.
Oh yeah, as one is.
There was also a murder in the town, so it's not just smut, okay?
A murder most horny.
Anyway,
I wanted to say about the book that I'm listening to. I don't know if I can call it reading.
Yeah. you can call it reading. This is an accepting space for all types of book consumption.
One thing that you would open you up to it more is that it's written by the same guy who wrote Devil in the White City about the Chicago
Interesting.
World's Fair and H.H.
Yes.
Holmes.
Yes. H.
H, as the British say.
That's yes.
So just a selling point for you there. Also,
That actually is a selling point, to be honest.
Keep describing Berlin as a city on the verge, or as Germany as a country on the verge, and every
On the
time
verge of racism? Like
on
what?
the verge of whatever. Well, on the verge of Nazism.
Yeah.
Every time that they say on the verge, I get a deep flashback to college theater where Marquette put on the verge, parentheses, of a mental breakdown.
Me. I believe that is what the group chat was called.
It was. I was in it. I wasn't in the show.
I wasn't either. I think that was actually our party group chat.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Body shots? We were just talking about body shots too, dear listener. You missed quite a few stories.
And if you want to hear them, too bad. Speaking of body shots, the movie that we were talking about today is Hotel Transylvania 3, Summer Vacation.
You know what?
Or-
if this was real life, they definitely would have been doing body shots on that boat.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
It's also called Hotel Transylvania 3, A Monster Vacation outside of the United States. Or just
Why wouldn't it
Hotel
be called a
Transylvania
monster
3.
holiday?
I don't know.
Don't they call it a holiday everywhere except for in America?
Oi, we're going on a summer holiday.
That's not true, actually, because the Spanish word for vacation sounds like vacation. So
Vacacion.
Muy bien.
Hey, that was a guess. That probably could have just been
Vacaciones, sí.
super racist if I was wrong.
Well, you were right.
I survive another day.
Or like vacaciones, I think, is actually the word, but you're pretty close, so I'll give it to you.
Thank you, arbiter of what
practicing my
is and isn't
Spanish.
racist against the language of Spanish.
I love Spanish so much. I was practicing it in the shower alone yesterday because I have no one to practice with.
How do you practice? Were you just reciting words?
Yeah. Oh, it is vacaciones. See, you were close. Yeah, I
Okay.
just practice conversation.
So, like, when you have an awkward interaction with somebody and then later in the day you go back and run through how you would have been super cool on that instead and what you should have done, you were doing that, but just with general Spanish?
Yeah, I'm practicing it. Someone approaches me. Okay, yeah, Dan, don't knock it till you try it, okay? I gotta stay sharp somehow, and if it's in the shower alone where nobody can hear me mess up, so be it.
Anyway, Hotel Transylvania 3, directed again by Genndy Tartakovsky, written by Genndy Tartakovsky and Michael McCullers, who did not write the first two films. He did write movies that we have talked about before.
Okay.
He is the co-writer of Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, and Goldmember.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say. That's why I'm laughing. Like, that's just so out of left field.
What were you? Yeah, he is also the co-writer of Mank. What were you expecting?
Fuck. I
No,
don't
he
know.
did not co-write
Oh,
Mank.
I believed you. I don't know. What if you had said Conclave or something? I would have laughed.
He
I don't
is writing Shrek 5.
And that movie looks like hot garbage trash poopy on a plate.
Don't drag my girl Zendaya like that.
I'm not dragging Zendaya, okay? I will be sat, but I don't think it looks good.
There's definitely, her character's name is Felicia in the movie. There's definitely going to be a point where they say bye Felicia, and then there was a long pause.
They look at the camera. They're animated
Yeah.
to look at the camera. I don't think Felicia was one of the kids' names. Was it? He has 3. Fergus something and something.
I think it got
Maybe it was
confused
Felicia.
because naming two kids something really throws
That's
people
hard.
off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why am I looking this up? I don't care. Starring the voice talents of Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg, Selena Gomez, Kevin James, David Spade, Steve Buscemi, Keegan-Michael Key, Molly Shannon, Fran Drescher, Mel Brooks, and introducing Catherine Hahn and Jim Gaffigan.
Love
Marquette's
Catherine Hahn.
finest. Music once again by Devo, Mark Mothersbaugh. Released
Good.
on July 13th, 2018, with a budget of $65 to $80 million, depending on the source. It made $528.6 million at the box
Yeah.
office.
Ooh, can I make a quick plug about movies that are currently in the theater and that are making a lot of money at the box office?
Are you going to say go see Sinners?
Yes, because I just saw it and it's my personality now, so.
That makes sense.
Okay, carry on. I loved it.
On Rotten Tomatoes, Sinners has about a 99% approval rating.
Right.
Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation, however, has a 62% approval rating with an
That's
average
still
rating
pretty good.
of 5.5 out of 10.
That's over half, though.
Hotel Transylvania 3 delivers exactly what fans will expect, which means another 97 agreeably lightweight minutes of fast-paced gags and colorful animation.
Great movie to knit to. Okay. I'm sat, knitting in hand. I'm chuckling lightly. I'm just having a good time. Drinking
was
my
it-
water.
Sensible chuckles.
Yeah, I went, oh. That's how I laughed.
At the 2019 Kids' Choice Awards,
Mm-hmm.
Hotel Transylvania 3 was nominated for 3 awards and won 2.
Oh, slay. What was it nominated for?
It won Best Male Voice Actor and Best Female Voice Actor in an animated
For?
movie for Adam Sandler and Selena Gomez.
Period.
which,
We love Selena. And Adam.
I do want to point out that Selena Gomez did beat...
Andy.
Andy was nominated.
I had a Freudian slip. Did you say Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler won. Andy Samberg was nominated.
Oh my god. I don't
He's
even
your
like
favorite male voice.
No, I don't even like Adam Sandler that much. No.
I just want to
This
point
is
out
an
that
Andy Samberg house.
Adam Sandler and Selena Gomez beat Shamik Moore and Haley Steinfeld for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse to win these awards.
Kids were not as engaged with Into the Spider-Verse. That was for adults, be honest.
Into the Spider-Verse is an infinitely better film in all aspects.
Yeah. It is, but it's for adults. Kids aren't going to sit down and enjoy that, I feel like, as much.
Hotel Transylvania 3 did not win favorite animated movie, though.
What did? Into the Spider-Verse?
Nope, that didn't win either. The Incredibles 2 did.
Oh, I didn't even see that one.
The two Credibles. Riverdale won favorite TV drama?
Oh, bitches love Riverdale.
Over Stranger Things?
Yeah, Riverdale, kind of fire. I never got into Stranger Things, but I think I might give it another try.
Maroon 5 were children's favorite music group in 2019.
They didn't know of his scandals. Just kidding. When did Adam Lambert, when did...
Oh my
I'm
God,
done.
that body is so amazing.
What?
Try to remember what his texts were.
Yes. He crusty behavior.
Taylor Swift won favorite global music star.
Yeah.
Representing North America.
Great. Global.
David Dobrik won an award? Now I need to go on a deep
Now,
Kids'
here's
Choice
the tea.
Awards
In
dive.
2019, I was really into watching his videos. However, he was trash. He is.
I like how you're saying this in the past tense.
Well, I'm knowing now as an adult looking back, he was trash back then, and he's still not that great of a person now. So, take that for what you will. Okay?
I like the way that you're presenting this information as it is just hearsay and rumor, so you're protecting yourself from any potential
rumor
future
on the
lawsuits.
street is yeah, David Dobrik, don't sue me, please. No, I don't know. I was deep in the sauce. I thought his little videos were so cute, and then the more I watched it, I was like, wait, this isn't cute. This is just kind of him being a dick.
Never watched him.
Oh, yeah, don't waste your time. Gage literally would be like, why are you watching those? It's so, like, he's a jerk. And I was like, I don't know. I literally cannot explain to you why I'm watching them.
Shocking for everybody to hear. Most YouTube videos that I watch are either about history or sports history.
Dan loves history.
I do love history. What was it? Well, I was listening to a podcast about professional wrestling. Those are basically the three aspects of YouTube video I watch. Or the other thing I was listening to today was a debate between former Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett and former Milwaukee Alderman Bob Donovan for the 2016 Milwaukee mayoral election.
Dan, you don't even live here anymore.
I know. When was the first time you watched Hotel Transylvania 3?
This was the first time.
Was it everything you had hoped for?
I mean, just like with most series, it's going downhill. Okay, nothing has topped numero uno for me. So I would say it was cute, but kind of stupid. A good movie to knit to. I already said this.
Yes, that's true, which is really damning with faint praise.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is if I'm knitting, that means that if I don't want to pay attention to something, I don't have to.
Yes, that's true.
Being like, oh, I'm actually counting. I messed up something. I'm trying to fix. No, I'm not. I'm lying. But sometimes I knit just because, like, it's fun. So
it's something to do with your hands.
Yeah. How about you guys? Was this your first go around with this version of Hotel Transylvania?
This installment?
Yes. This.
Anna has
this
not
chapter?
been watching these films with me.
What the heck? And I was going to tell you to tell her new hair looked beautiful. But she hasn't been doing her diligence over here, her due diligence.
I commend her for not watching these films with me. She's not interested in watching these films with me. She asked what movie we were doing this week. I said Hotel Transylvania 3, and she went, "Oh, I'm sorry."
You can still tell her hair looks pretty because I want her to know. But I am sighing heavily because Gage watched all of them. He did complain the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But he was sad, okay?
Good for Gage.
Yeah, bad for Gage, he would say.
I watched this afternoon. I was extraordinarily disappointed that I had to pay money to watch this one because the first two are on Netflix.
Pissed. Gage was so mad. Oh, yeah. He literally went, Anna! I was like, I can't help that. It's not my fault.
I spent $4 on this. Are you kidding me?
4 whole doll hairs. He literally said, he's like, I guess we'll pay for it. I don't want to do this illegally because that's illegal. I said, thank you, Captain Obvious.
Andy Samberg got 2/8 of a cent from both of us.
Go off, Birthday King. You deserve it.
Right?
Birthday twin. I love him. He's so hot. What?
Righteous kill. I gotta be even more honest. You know
how is that possible? But please.
How dishonest I typically am when giving my opinions on movies I don't like. This movie was like physically painful for me to watch. I think mainly because I hate the character design of Catherine Hahn's character's face.
Oh, is it the pointy chin?
It's that dumbass tumor on the bottom of her chin.
She has a witch's chin for sure.
It looks
but
horrendous.
I thought she was cute. Gage said, and I quote, "She dummy thick though."
Deep sigh. Just a deep sigh.
You can't deep sigh at me. You can't even see me laughing and giggling and hee hee ha ha ho hoing over here.
No, you're just the letter A.
I know. But just know I am laughing.
Let's just start. It's 1997.
Crazy year. I was 2.
Jump back 100 years. It's 1897.
Dad!
Dracula, the rest of his gang, the grown-ups cast, basically, they are all on a train to Budapest. They're all in disguises.
They're all dressed as little grannies.
Even the invisible one, which seems like a little bit of a waste. Just get naked.
Maybe he didn't want anybody to accidentally sit on him. You know?
Then sit on someone else.
No thanks. I don't want to have to sit on my bestie's lap the entire train ride. It probably wasn't short.
God forbid I share a seat with the bros.
You're so right. I'm so sorry.
Right?
God forbid I kiss the homies on the lips.
People always say that men, in general, with their friends, lack physical contact.
Mm-hmm.
One way to cure it: sit on the homie's lap on the train. Imagine taking the train 90 minutes, Milwaukee to Chicago, just plopped down on top of your friend the entire time. Both of you attempting to use individual laptops, which are not stacked on top of each other, and failing miserably because your arms keep intertwining and your lips keep touching.
Oh, well, I get motion sickness on the train, so that would be really tough for me and the homies.
Even
especially
better.
If I'm on the bottom.
Vomit on the homies.
If you're sitting on top of me, your back's getting spit up on like I'm a baby. Sorry.
I think you're holding babies wrong if they're spitting up on your back.
No, like when you have them over your shoulder. Except I'm not over your shoulder. I'm under your butt.
Someone else boards the train. Professor Abraham Van Helsing, not played by Hugh Jackman this time, instead played by Jim Gaffigan.
He sounded like Clancy Brown in this, and I was so convinced. So Gage had to look it up because I was like, "Are you sure it's not Clancy? Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yes."
For a celebrity comedian doing a voice role, I think he does a very good job.
Oh, I think he slayed. I really do.
So he reveals that all the monsters are on the train. Everybody, of course, goes wild because that's what happens every time in the past in these movies. Dracula pushes everybody off the train for safety, and then Van Helsing becomes obsessed with murdering Dracula.
That's rude.
We get a brief compilation of his murder attempts where Dracula easily outwits and evades him each time.
Mm-hmm. Outsmart, outwit, outplay, or outlast, outplay, outsmart. What's the
Keep trying.
the survivor?
No,
the
I'm not letting you.
Outlast, outwit, outplay.
Yeah, I think it's the order is outwit, outplay, outlast, but you got him.
Okay. Whew, that was really hard.
I won't tell Jeff that you messed it up.
Thank you so much.
So Dracula then pushes Van Helsing into the ocean, which doesn't kill him. It just makes him robotic. As it happens. Flash forward, present day. It's 2018. Everybody is rocking out to the tunes of Maroon 5. The kids' favorite band.
The kids loved Maroon 5. 2018? No, I went to see Maroon 5 in 2016, I think. It was a fun concert. I will say that.
I'm looking at the top 100 year-end singles for 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess any of the top 10?
2018?
Yes.
Top 10. Okay, let's see. Billie Eilish. You should
That's a
see me in
year
a crowd.
too early.
Fuck. Okay, let's take it back a year. Happy? No, not Happy. Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake.
That is a year too late, I think, or
Fuck!
2 years too late.
What was happening in 2018? I'm trying to, and it was one of the years I worked at the radio station too, but like,
I know.
I don't know off the top of my head because we played a lot, like, all the years blur together. 2018. I'm gonna go with. Can I have a hint?
Maroon 5 is one of them.
Okay. What was it called? Like Girls Like You or whatever?
Yes, that is number 10.
Yeah. I was gonna guess
Quickly-
that, but I thought it was the wrong year.
Quickly to run through the 9 above it. In My Feelings by Drake. The Middle by Zed and Maren Morris. I Like It by Cardi B. Psycho by Post Malone. Rockstar by Post Malone. Havana
good
by
guess.
Camila Cabello.
Trash
Meant
song.
to Be by BB Rexa and Florida Georgia Line. Perfect by Ed
Trash song.
Sheeran. And God's
song.
Plan by Drake.
Oh, God's Plan. Huge year for that song. Dang, that was in the before times.
Yeah.
Before I knew he was trash.
I will say my favorite Drake song is number 11, Nice for What?
Okay. Mine is Marvin's Room.
Interesting.
Yeah. But
Ric
haven't
Flair
listened to it in a
Drip
minute.
by Offset and Metro Boomin slides in at number 38. And you know what they say? Ric Flair Drip make a bitch go woo.
Oh.
So that's setting the stage for where we are now. Dracula is running the Hotel Transylvania with no problem. He's lonely and horny, though.
Oh, don't say that.
His wife is dead. He's been trying
been
to go
for
on
years.
dates with people. It has not been working. He briefly gets addicted to the monster version of Tinder.
I'll
It
say
does
it.
not work out for him.
Tinder was addictive. You just sit there. That was the sound of me swiping all day.
The brief moments I was on it led to nothing.
Me either, but it was fun to like talk to people.
I did my Tinder profile. I think my bio was some corny joke, and then my mom thinks I'm funny. And I remember somebody messaged me once, and I was like, and she was like, "Yeah, I bet your mom does think you're funny." And I'm like, "What is happening?"
This is hostile for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here.
What the fuck? I had Tinder twice. The first time I had it, I think I was like, I don't know. It's hard because people on Tinder were assuming everything was dirty. And what if it wasn't?
Yeah, right.
What if I just wanted to have a good time?
Looking for a good time? I bet you are. No, like I want to go laser tag.
Literally me. Literally me. I was scared. These people were thirsty.
Mavis thinks that Dracula is just stressed from overwork, so she books a cruise for all of them to spend their time together that she finds on an infomercial. That's
Yeah.
definitely not a trap.
She should have done more research. That's flaw number one.
The probably the only scene in and of itself that I found funny that happens when they are all flying to the cruise ship on Gremlin Air, and it's just miserable for everybody.
That's how I'm worried my flight to Ireland is going to be, because I've never been on a flight that long, so I'm nervous.
Well, the transatlantic flights are fun because you're on such a big plane. They're so smooth.
Okay, that'll be nice.
Also, the kids, Dennis and his dog girlfriend.
She's a werewolf. Don't call her a dog girlfriend.
Wolf girlfriend.
Thank you.
What up, Mom and Dad? This is my dog girlfriend.
This is my girlfriend, dog.
They have a dog. It's named Tinkles.
Hated that. Name tip could have been anything else.
Hey, what up? This is my dog, Piss.
Literally. This is my dog, Pee Pee Poo Poo.
Good ear, urine.
Ugh.
Go do yourself on that tree.
Ew, ew! No.
That's what they want. That's what the kids want.
Not me.
They sneak him onto the boat.
Yeah, he's also like 30 feet tall.
Yeah, it's like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Except a Rottweiler.
Combined with like Littlest Pet Shop.
I used to love Littlest Pet Shop.
Yeah, you would.
Hey!
Derogatory.
That's so rude, but I did. I loved it.
So they get on the Legacy, a massive cruise ship with a shockingly bizarre design that doesn't look good in 3D and would look much better as 2D animation. A theme for this series.
Oh my gosh. And when the credits rolled, Gage said, the superior animation.
Yeah, he's right.
I think he only said it because you've been saying it.
Well, I'm right.
You're both idiots.
So Dracula spots Erica Van Helsing with her fuck-ass chin.
Okay. I would like to just say, I was enjoying the movie, and Gage goes, you know she's a Van Helsing. I said, what? He said, you know this is a trap. You know that this is just a ploy to get all the monsters in one place. I said, can I not enjoy anything?
Did you not realize that from the infomercial?
I was along for the ride.
Oh my gosh, you're such an easy mark.
I know, okay? Sorry, I like to enjoy films and suspend my brain use while I'm watching them.
I would like to suspend my brain use while watching this movie, perhaps permanently.
No, Dan, that's too far. Y'all don't ever just turn off your brains for fun?
I watch professional wrestling, of course I do.
Thank God, just making sure.
I
don't think Gage does. Well, no, he likes Temptation Island.
Oh God, I watched one episode of that with Anna. That I don't think I've hated a piece of media more than I hated Temptation Island.
Brains off for any of those kinds of shows. Love Island, Too Hot to Handle.
There was something about Temptation Island that just felt evil.
Well, yeah, I was talking about this with my coworkers too. We all agreed that if you even are going to Temptation Island, you should just call it quits.
I'm respecting my girlfriend by having a threesome with these other girls.
My eyes will be closed, though. Dan, you need to watch. What do you know about MILF Manor?
I prefer MILF Island, the 30 Rock sketch, but I am aware of the concept of MILF Manor.
MILF Manor's crazy. Highly recommend watching one episode.
Is it crazier than... I don't even have a comparison. I don't know.
Fuckboy Island was pretty cool. Well, F-Boy Island.
F-Boy Island, please.
Anyway.
This is a family podcast. That's why I've been describing Erica as having a fuck-ass chin.
And I said that she was thick.
Yeah, but anybody can say thick.
That's true. I did recently, somebody commented on their own baby. They said she's got thick thighs, to which I said, girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. And everybody thought I made that up. And I felt really good for like 1 second.
Did you then do the like look
Oh crap,
and
my
pose.
camera's off. I just did it, but my camera's off. You can't see me. Yes, I did. That's the thing. I was like, wow, you guys are not chronically online, and it shows.
Yeah, right? Did you then go to prison?
Yes. I'm actually there right now. That's why my camera's off.
Oh, that makes sense. Everybody
you.
loves those people that record podcasts from prison.
Yeah.
So, Erica goes to a private and secret lower deck room where she meets up with, shocking, Abraham Van Helsing, her great-grandfather.
In the iron lung.
In the iron, like, Goddard
Body.
from Jimmy Neutron body.
Not the Iron Goddard.
He's alive somehow. He's basically more machine than man, and he has a plan to kill all the monsters. Some call it a monster genocide, which, by the way, you can now get at local 7-Elevens. Monster genocide. It's 75% caffeine.
Jesus Christ.
The other 25% is bull semen.
That's probably true.
24%. And then 1% elderflower liqueur.
Oh, yummy.
His plan, when they get to the lost city of Atlantis, he will use an instrument of destruction in Atlantis's ruins and kill them all. Seems like this will be a major plot point throughout maybe all of Act 2 going into Act 3 and not kind of just ignored for 45 minutes.
It's just kind of a thought in the background. But the theme here is love.
Yeah, Erica, this whole thing is like, Erica's actually wants to kill Dracula, but then falls in love with him. That happens over the span of like 6 minutes.
Yes.
There's no real falling in love. It's more like murder to fuck.
I don't even know if it goes to that point, but sure, Dan.
Murder to Fuck is also the name of my 90s aggressive white hip-hop group.
Oh.
It was
I bet
me
you
and
guys had
3 other
cornrows
guys
when you
named
shouldn't
Trent.
have. Oh. Did you hear
One
what
of
I
us
said?
did.
Okay.
I was trying to think of a comeback. One of us did. Trent. Which
Mhm.
one? Cornrow.
I'll never tell.
Trent
Oh.
Cornrow. So Erica and Dracula, they are playing around with each other. Dracula takes Erica out on a date. And she's like, yeah, I can murder you there.
I'm gonna say something right now. That guacamole extra garlic sounded so fucking good.
What was the line that he said? Holy, that's a lot of guacamole. Like, holy moly, that's a lot of guacamole or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I wanted to take a walk after that one. Just the dumbest, least creative joke.
It was stupid, but I bet it made kids laugh.
Yeah, kids are stupid.
I bet the kids ate that up.
The guacamole?
Yeah, well, no, the joke, but the guacamole looked delish.
I bet
Another
if they
reason
had...
I could never be a vampire.
Vampires can eat guacamole.
Yeah, but they can't eat garlic, and I love garlic.
Oh. Yeah.
One of my
That's true.
go-to snacks is literally just garlic dip. It's garlic, lemon, and an oil to make it
is that the
smooth.
one with like
Tomb.
so many heads of garlic?
Cloves.
Like a whole
but
head
yes,
of garlic? Cloves?
At least
Yeah.
one whole head of garlic, yes.
The reason I couldn't be a vampire is because vampires can't shoot themselves with silver bullets, and one of my favorite pastimes is just shooting myself with silver bullets.
You're so right.
I've run out of wooden stakes, so I moved on to something else.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's too bad. So Mavis and Johnny on the desert island, they leave Dracula alone. Everybody goes on their own way. Johnny has like 18 lines in this movie. Andy Samberg's role keeps getting reduced.
Gage and I are convinced Andy Samberg was just there to like vibe, but he recorded all of his stuff in one take and then was
one
outie.
take, one morning maybe.
They cut him the check and he left.
He made millions of dollars from this, and I salute him.
You know what? Good for him. Okay. That's my birthday twin. He is I will root for him.
So Erica, while trying to kill Dracula, they go to an underwater volcano and scuba there. But Dracula hypnotizes a shark.
Yeah.
And he and Dennis
It's
ride it
cute.
around.
It's cute. I like when they're swimming like oh my god, the dragonfly. What is wrong with my brain? The seahorse?
Yeah, I always get those two confused.
Dan, it's been a long day. It's 9:30 here for me. That's my bedtime.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, then let's wrap it up. They all live
No!
happily ever after.
No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, I'm not kidding, but
So Erica actually starts to fall in love with Dracula because they have lost their loved ones.
yeah, they are trauma bonding, huh?
Yeah, Dracula lost his wife. Erica lost her parents. Okay.
It's sad.
Did they have those chins?
Probably.
They
Her
deserved
grandpa
it.
did.
His has a square head. He is like a Hey Arnold level head.
True. You know what? There's nothing wrong with having a weird chin.
No, there isn't. But when you can animate it to be anything, don't do
That's
that.
true. I probably would have just given her a soft face, like a soft chin. She didn't need to be that pointy.
I wanted somebody to punch her in the chin and have it go up.
Oh.
Or maybe grow more, like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Oh.
And have little birds circling around it.
Oh my god, just the chin though?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Erica and Dracula, they dance around the ship where Dracula absorbs every possible weapon that is thrown at him as part of the dance. Throughout this entire sequence, I am deeply uninterested.
Oh my gosh.
I hate looking at this movie.
I don't know what to tell you. This is just you in your heart choosing negativity, Dan.
I would love to choose positivity. But then I look at it.
Oh
and
my
my
god.
eyes hurt.
Oh my god, the drama.
Everything is too bulbous.
The chins.
There are no corners. Give me a corner. Give me a 90-degree
What do you
angle.
need? What do you need with a corner?
A sharp edge that I can impale myself on?
For, huh? I don't know why I did that.
What are you doing hanging around the corner here? Don't you know this is my
What do you
corner? Go to a different corner.
Mm-hmm. What do you want a corner for?
So you want to kill a corner?
Oh, I love these musicals, but it's now about corners. Good for us.
525,600 corners.
Gorgeous. Yes. Work.
Corner Boulevard.
Oh, okay. Nope. Did you see
I
Nicole
like Sunset
Scherzinger?
Boulevard.
Crazy take. Did you see Nicole Scherzinger was nominated though for Best
I did.
Actress? Good for her.
All I have seen is Tom something. That's the actor for Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, she's the only one I know. I don't really care about that show. Sorry.
I really enjoy his performance of the song Sunset Boulevard.
Okay, I'll have to give it a listen.
And I also can do a halfway decent impression of it, which is why I like it, because it's entirely within my vocal range.
Okay, period. There's nothing wrong with liking a song because you can sing it, okay? Nothing wrong.
So normally everything's way too high for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're preaching to the choir, Dan.
Hotel Transylvania 3. We have to keep talking about this.
We can have our Tony Award podcast another day.
Two dumb bitches talking about a bunch of musicals they haven't seen.
Period. On par with how the Oscars were nominated and voted on this year.
Ew. But not Kirsten Dunst. She watches everyone.
Thank you, Queen. That's iconic behavior.
So the cruise ship reaches Atlantis. Atlantis is a casino. Everybody goes there to dance and club and whatever, and great. The design is fun. I'm happy with this design. Here's where you don't need a corner. Or else, though.
In the ocean. Okay, wait. I can't believe I forgot to mention this. The waiters, not the ones that are fish on top and human on the bottom, the blue ones. They're all hot.
Okay, calm down.
Like, what's up with that?
I love the fish. I'm into the
Well, of
fish on
course you
top,
do.
human on the bottom. Also, because the head of the entertainment on the ship is voiced by Chris Parnell, and I'll follow him to the ends of the earth.
Okay, we got a Stan in the house.
Isn't that his character's name in Rick and Morty?
Stan? No, it's
Isn't
Jerry.
Oh, Jerry. Never mind. We've got a Jerry in the house. Well, that is just like I'm just a German in World War One.
Oh.
Anyway, listen to my audiobooks. My audiobooks. Hotel
You're the one
Transylvania
writing
3. Yep. I'm listening to my own audiobooks.
Good for you, Dan. Let's bring this home, Dan.
So, anyway,
Wait.
Erica gives what?
We forgot to mention the most important person. As they're arriving in Atlantis, who is serenading them? Joe Jonas.
Joe Jonas, yeah.
I
Bizarre.
thought the Kraken was cute.
I do think the Kraken is cute when he's
I
not
liked him.
insane.
Yes, when he's normal.
One thing that I noticed when they are doing like their happy dance around the ship, and like Dracula is in full vacation mode.
Yes.
The music, at least in the version that I watched, and I assume the version you watched too, was Gangnam Style.
Did you have the captions on? Is this where this
But
is
the
going?
captions were for 24 Karat Magic.
Yeah. I think it was probably like one of those things where in other countries it was a different song.
I looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
In America, upon original release, it was 24 Karat Magic. Internationally, it was Gangnam Style. For some reason, they put Gangnam Style in on the home video version in America.
Why? That's so weird. I mean, both are good songs, but it's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know.
well,
Probably licensing stuff.
yeah, probably.
So
I bet Bruno wishes he had that song in there now, getting his credit because he's in debt.
Ayo, that's why he's in Vegas forever.
And he's also featured on every song right now, but every track he's touched has turned to gold, so I can't even shade him.
So Dracula tells Erica what a zing is, which is love at first sight, and Erica's like, "Ugh, fuck that."
Iconic woman.
So then Dracula's heartbroken. Mavis feels guilty. Erica gives Van Helsing the instrument of destruction. And then he starts DJing.
He was playing a piano. Well, sort of. He was playing in like an organ.
He was playing
And
a
that
piano
beat
like
was
an
kinda
organ. It was
fire.
making dubstep beats.
The beat was kind of fire.
The beat was very 2018.
Yeah, I liked it.
Uh,
Reminds
as a
me of
woman
my
who was
20s.
very 2018.
Me in the clubs. Ah.
You at Victor's.
Oh my god, R.I.P. Literally, me at Harp and Sham.
Ooh, R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
If we're just gonna start naming
Me at
every
Trinity.
bar that we went to in college that is now
Yeah.
closed.
Me at Trinity. Trinity's still open though.
Not
Long
R.I.P.,
may she
but maybe
reign.
should be.
R.I.P. to the shoes that I had that stuck to the floors there.
R.I.P. to about 10% of people leaving Trinity.
Yeah. R.I.P. to me on one New Year's when I met a guy and he was really nice, but my friend that I was with, who's no longer my friend, didn't like that I was with a guy because she didn't like her boyfriend and she got mad and then she made me leave and I wanted to get his number and I didn't.
That guy's name? Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Right? Can you imagine? No, actually. Oh my god. I loved Trinity. I'm gonna be so honest. Though I
It's
loved
still there.
Trinity.
You could still go.
Yeah,
No one's
but it
stopping
would be
you.
weird now. Now I'm an adult.
I'm just gonna start
What
showing
if
up
I-
to Murphy's
Oh god.
at Marquette.
No. Well, Gage I think has gone to CAFs with his coworkers.
That makes sense. He works
Yeah.
there.
Yes, he does. Anyway.
He's DJing. Van Helsing, Erica reveals that she is his great granddaughter. He starts DJing. The Kraken starts attacking people.
Scary.
Dracula gets sucked up by him. And then Johnny realizes that the only way to defeat bad beats is with good beats.
Yeah, but he
Positive
played some of the
songs.
most ass music I ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it really went downhill because this first one that he plays is Good Vibrations,
I
which
said, what?
overplayed on its own, it's still a very good song. Much
said,
better
what is
songs
this
that they could pick
stoner?
from the Smile sessions or from Smiley Smile. But I understand why they went with Good Vibrations.
Pick some ass music.
He could have played Vegetables.
They probably couldn't have because you can't play Happy because it's connected to Trolls already, right?
That's Despicable Me, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, still, it's
But
connected
yes.
to another DreamWorks film.
A rival film. This is not DreamWorks.
Oh, it's not? Shit.
No.
Oops.
And then, what was the second song? It was worse.
It was Don't Worry,
Don't
Be
Worry,
Happy,
Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin.
which I said, ugh.
And then the last song was the Macarena.
Which we all know the worst crime you can commit of any crime ever is making people listen to a line dance and
Yes.
participate in a line dance. Jail. No bail. Lock them up. Throw away the key.
Throw him down a pit.
Mm-hmm.
So they relax the Kraken. He's happy. Van Helsing can't stop them. The sheet music rips itself up and starts dancing,
Period.
which I thought that was funny.
I thought
was
that
a
was
good
cute
bit.
too. But I want to just say, if I was the Kraken, I would have been more angry when I heard the Macarena. Okay.
Yes. I would have committed unspeakable acts of violence.
I would have sung the little bit that I do know, and then I would have gone back to. Do you not know the lyrics to Macarena? No! All my friends, they call me Macarena, and the boys, they think it's so buena. They all want me, they can't have me. No, that's all I know.
You know how the Kraken's eyes turned blood red and fiery?
that-
That's what was
Yeah.
happening to me right there.
No! That song is like low-key dirty.
Yeah. Everybody wants to smack her Macarena.
All my friends, they call me Macarena, and the boys, they think it's so buena. Chow, they all want me, they can't
We're
have
so
me.
close.
Everybody dance along with me. Okay.
So Van Helsing is dancing and then he falls into a pit, but Dracula and Erica save him.
That's very kind of them.
Right? Let him die.
He's like a bajillion years old.
He's on the verge anyway. He apologizes to the monsters. Everybody gets a full refund for the cruise after originally only offering them 30% back.
Yeah, that's diabolical. That's the most evil thing he did the whole movie.
And then we flash back to the hotel. Everything is going on. Dracula and Erica sneak away to the roof where Dracula proposes to her, and she has this
been 1
weird
minute.
response. She's
Yeah,
like,
because it's
"Hubba-da,
been 1 minute.
hubba-da." She says,
Because
yes.
they don't even
Everybody
know each
cheers.
other yet. Girl, they moved way too fast.
It always happens. They're gonna have a kid.
God, she was. I don't even know.
And that is Hotel Transylvania 3. The credits roll, the animation gets good, and then we're done. And I see Joe Jonas's names in the credit. Joe Jonas's name in the credits, and I am like, what?
Did you
That
not
was
realize
him?
he was in it?
No.
Yeah. The second I heard him, Gage is like, "Oh, Joe Jonas is in this," and then he said, "Would you have known that this was Joe Jonas if I hadn't told you?" And I said, "Absolutely, I would have. Be so for real. Know who you're talking to."
That's me with Chris Parnell.
Okay.
He's the fish. Hell yeah. All
Mhm.
in. Yeah. So that's Hotel Transylvania 3. It's definitely the worst of them.
That's usually how threes go.
Yeah, it does not stick the landing. After jumping off
Yeah.
of a 1-foot step.
After jumping off of a stair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Jumping off of an apple box that Tom Cruise needs.
Oh no.
Um,
Jumping off of one of those little tiny plastic jump boxes at the gym.
the plot is so thin. The jokes are first passes at jokes. The animation, it looks the same as the first two. If you're into that style, good for you.
I like that.
I hate it.
I hate right angles.
I love corners.
I want everything
Ugh.
to be soft and flowy.
It's just not. It doesn't even have the kid was fun in the second movie. He's barely in this one.
Yeah.
Don't
This one
focus
was
on him.
definitely more about Dracula.
Yeah.
But the
didn't
last one was
work.
more about Mavis.
So the next one's going to be about Johnny, right? No.
No, the first one was
not.
about Johnny.
But it needs to be more about Johnny. Show me him in his college days, just ripping blunts.
Mm-hmm. He's just a stoner.
Yeah, right? I do have some trivia for you.
All right, I'm ready. Hit me.
Okay. Blobby with the kid,
Yes.
voiced by
Loved
Gendy
that
Tartakovsky.
storyline. Wait, what?
He's voiced by the director.
Oh, loved his storyline.
The original idea for the first Hotel Transylvania was that Johnny was going to be a descendant of Van Helsing,
Yeah.
and they introduced it in this movie instead.
Yeah, that's kind of lame. Gage was saying that he wished that they would have kept on with that, but
Yeah.
such is life.
That would have been more interesting and given us more Johnny.
Yeah. Maybe Andy Samberg just couldn't do it. Maybe he was booked and blessed. This was during the height of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right?
Yeah, 2018. It was like season 5.
Mm-hmm.
Concept art for Erica had her with medium length curly black hair, which would have resembled Dracula's original wife. But then the animators changed it because she needed to be her own person.
I like that.
And Van Helsing was originally going to follow Erica around as a ghost, having died decades ago and haunting his descendants.
Ugh, that would have been so annoying.
And then the plot of the movie came about from the director going on a particularly miserable family vacation and
Oh,
using
no.
that along with the National Lampoon's vacation films as inspiration.
That's unfortunate.
And would this movie be better, worse, or the same with Jonathan Taylor Thomas as the Kraken? I don't know. Take your pick.
Oh, that could have been fun, but I don't know. He's not a good singer to my knowledge, so I don't know how that would work. But I think it would have been the same. I don't know that there's anywhere this movie, without major changes to the plot, could be better. But I just think it was cute.
Yeah, I don't know how to improve this without totally changing everything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Adding some corners.
No.
More corners.
No corners
Actually,
allowed.
just give me 90 minutes of the Gremlins plane ride.
No, those 10 minutes stressed me out.
How did that plane have a lower level that fit that dog?
Yeah, I don't know, but that plane was scary. I'm not even scared of planes, and it's still kind of freaking me out, TBH.
Better, worse, or the same with Jimmy Stewart as Van Helsing, I guess.
Yes, work.
I'd say it's the same. I think Jim Gaffigan was very good as his performance as Van Helsing.
Okay.
But him with Jimmy Stewart's voice would be fun.
It could be kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Good
I'm
evening,
picturing it like-
travelers. I'm Professor Abraham Van Helsing. No, I can't do it. I don't have the voice today.
It's
Unlike
okay.
normal. Unlike usually where I have a ship shape James Stewart.
Yeah. Honestly, come on, Dan, get it together.
I'm sorry. On a scale of 1 to 5 tinkles, what do you give this?
I give it a 2. I had fun, but it was definitely the weakest link. The plot line wasn't there, and I was not as engaged as I was with the previous 2 movies, but I still had fun.
I'm very happy that you had fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed about 5 minutes of this, and the rest was just not it.
Ugh.
1 star, 1 tinkle out of 5. A drop
One
in the
little
bucket.
drop. Yep. It also scored lower for use of the Macarena. I hate line dances.
It should have scored higher for use of the Beach Boys. I love the Beach
No.
Boys.
The Beach Boys didn't help either.
They could have done Heroes and Villains. That would have fit thematically. Not really. That's a song about Westerns. Okay, in conclusion, what's the best Hotel Transylvania movie?
I think the first one. It was definitely the cutest, I think. I liked the addition of their kid in the second film, but I just think the first one was so classic, like Romeo and Juliet style. How about you?
Classic
Did
is
I
a
shake you to
strong
your
word.
I mean, like that storyline of like two different worlds. How could they ever be together? You know.
Sure. Okay.
That's classic.
Classic in the MKTO sense. I think
I really like that song. That was a random cut from you.
maybe you're class and maybe you're sick. I think that number 2 is the best of them, but they're all very low bars.
All right.
But now we're gonna do a movie for adults, kind of. We're gonna do a movie
Kind
for
of.
13-year-old boys.
Yeah, they like to think they're adults.
Yes, they do.
Most 13-year-olds like to think they're adults.
If you're a 13-year-old listening to this podcast, you're not an adult. If any adult is giving you attention, run away from them as fast as you can.
Unless
the movie,
it's your parents.
yeah, the movie that we're talking about next is Kingsman: The Secret Service.
I'm so excited to see this because some of my faves are in these films.
Colin Firth,
Mhm.
Elton John,
Mm-hmm.
Mike O'Kane.
No, but I like him too. Mike O'Kane. Taryn, Obvi.
Well, I said Elton John.
Yeah, but you didn't say it twice.
Elton John.
Yeah, because Elton John's actually in it.
Oh, fuck. So get excited for that. And mercifully...
Oh, and Pedro's in the second one. Sorry, I just remembered.
Okay.
He's on
Well-
some risky business in the second one.
Ooh, I'm into that.
Mhm.
We will be back with Kingsman next week. In the meantime, if
so
you want to follow
excited.
us on social media, we are on Facebook at And In Conclusion, on Instagram at In Conclusion Podcast, on Patreon at patreon.com/inconclusion. I am on the internet. I don't know. Play Fast Facts Live every month. Anna, where can they find
Period.
you?
Mostly at home. I'm on Instagram at OptimusPrime818. That's it. That's all I feel like plugging today.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
We will be back with Kingsman: The Secret Service. In the meantime, everybody stay safe and have fun. Bye-bye!
Bye! I can't wait. I'm really excited. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, I got confused for a second and I started manifesting that I was Irish. I forgot that Italy is not an island.